Okay, so last week I had Maurice on Periscope. I don't know if Maurice is out there. He normally joins in. But he said, hey, why don't you talk about, your video, why he married her instead of you? And I said, it's a good idea. I was going to do it anyway. And, so the video, I took the most popular questions that women had for men. Yeah, ChristopherReid.org, whoever put that. Yes. Good evening. Hey, what's up? What's up, Donnie? 412. So I took these questions that women had, and I had the guys answer them in the video. Why he married her instead of you. And so one of the questions was, why do men stop calling? Okay. And, so tonight we're going to talk about it. And I'm not going to go obviously in as much detail as they did on the video because we don't have 30 hours, right? But we're going to get into some good stuff. All right. Trust me, you're going to be able to use it when you get up out of here. All right. So men, ladies, and this may come as a huge surprise to you. All right. But men do not make a huge announcement before they do something or make a change in the relationship. Okay. They don't say, hey, listen, by the way, I just want to let you know I'm going to stop calling. And this is why. Okay. I know for you as a woman, okay, that seems like a very courteous thing to do. And I get it. It makes a lot of sense, right? But for the guy, not so much. Hey, hello. For the guy, not so much, because his thing is, you know what? I know it's going to come with a lot of questions. I don't want to answer. Okay, I don't want to sit there and be harassed with all the whys but what did I'm not doing it. It's easier just to fade to black, figure it out. Okay, I get it. May seem a little cruel, but so I'm going to give you tonight some of the whys. All right. And then you can apply that to your situation if you think it fits. I know, Missy, I think it's Missy. You said that's rude. Well, okay. I get that. But you got to understand, Missy, you're thinking like a very thoughtful, courteous woman. God bless you. All right. So the first thing is, ladies.
But it is rude. I mean, it feels rude, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, is it rude? Is it not? Is it rude? Is it not rude? I'll tell you this. It would be very courteous for the guy to say, yeah, this is why. But we have to, there's the ideal, ladies, and then there's the real. Okay, we have to deal with the real. You can't deal with what if and what it should. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach you how to function in what's really going on in these relationship jungle streets. You feel me? Okay. So, all right. Because if I don't, you'll be ill prepared. We don't want that. All right. I want you to be prepared out here. Okay. Give it to us already. Yes, I get it. Anticipation. Okay. The first one is. This may come as a shock to you, ladies, but he ain't interested. I'm just going to take a minute, just kind of let that simmer in, you know what I mean? And you may say like, duh, but really, no, it's not duh, because it's like different reasons why he wouldn't call. But if he's not interested, okay, and I'm going to break this down based off of the different kind of women, all right? You got the doormat woman, all right? Now, with the doormat woman, we know, if you've been following me for a little while, okay, you know that the doormat is just so overly accommodating, okay? He didn't got what he wanted, and he didn't moved on, okay? Because your thing is, hey, how much of it do you want? How high do you want me to jump? How far do you want me to run? I'm here for your bidding. I'm okay with it, all right? And normally you do that under the heading of, I'm just a nurturer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a giver. But see, here's the problem, boo-boo. You're going to give yourself right up out of a relationship. Okay? Because a little giving is cool. Okay? But that over accommodating thing, that's way too much. All right? And it's no challenge. Okay? That is just, it's not attractive. All right? So after a while, that thing in him that wants to hunt and chase, It just dissipates and it goes down, and then it's like in the movie Up, Squirrel, he sees something else that's more attractive and, more entertaining. He's gone. Okay, so that's for the doormat. All right, the next one is my guarded sisters out there. All right, now, if you're guarded, the problem is you got this wall up. Okay, the wall is real high, it's real thick. We can't penetrate it. No matter what we do, we're trying to have some conversations. And if there's any little trigger that's hit that, hits a nerve, okay, you may be the fighter, you may be the runner, any one of the guarded. What'd you say?
All that and above.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying, some of them can be multiple. She said definitely me. And it's okay. But here's the thing. He says to himself, it's too much of a challenge. There's no opportunity here. I mean, what am I supposed to? I'm trying to bring something to the situation. I want to. She said, "Say amen." Ouch. Right. I'm trying to get close, but at the same time, you pulling back. And I'm okay as a guy with a little cat and mouse. It's sexy, it's cool, but I ain't catching at all. And at some point, he gets tired of that, and he says, "You know what? I'm going for greener pastures, easier pickings." All right. So you've just guarded yourself right out of a possible opportunity. All right. And my next one is, and I love this one too, my CEO woman. Hey, for all the power, take over the world, sisters out there. Yeah. Here's the deal with my CEO ladies. You're too pushy. you're too pushy because your thing is this: I can make anything happen. I've got the will, I've got the determination. So you see a relationship, okay, as just another situation to do your superwoman magic. All right. So if you want to go out, your conversation is kind of like, so when are we going out? Hey, how about we go out? And it's basically, it's not thirsty, it's just pushy. And with the guy, you feel this controlling, whirlwind coming at you, and it can be a little intimidating, for a guy. And when I say intimidating, not necessarily like I can't handle her, but it's almost like, do I want to handle her? It's a lot. Okay. And with you being not patient, okay, because the biggest challenge with the CEO type of woman is it's taking too long, man. Come on already. So your thing is, forget that. Let me move it out of the way. And let's just make this happen. And let's just move on to the next part of the phase. All right. The stage of this dating thing. And ladies, you're not giving the guy no time to hunt. You're not giving him no time to pursue. And, he's going to go on someplace where, he can feel like he can have a little bit more control, say so in the process. All right. So for those three reasons, or those three, type of women, the guy just may not be interested. All right. You turned him
man
off.
Just said men are not intimidated by the CEO type woman. Men are just put off by that stuff.
Yeah, but that's what and that's why I said with the intimidating piece, when I said intimidating, some guys are intimidated, but I don't want to make it seem like all guys are intimidated. Sometimes, like I said, it's just too much. It's just too overbearing. There's no room for me, because you have very masculine energy with the CEO type of woman. I'm the man. I want to take control. I want to guide this ship. All right. So back up, give me a little bit of space to do it. But if you're so much in that CEO space, you don't have patience. Man, you know how many CEO type of, women that I've talked to in my consultations and clients, and that's their biggest thing. They've lost marriages. They've lost, different boyfriends and situations because they just said that they just take too long. I just don't have time for it. Let's get on with it already. And, you got to help them pull that back a little bit. And even by their own standards, they think, oh, yeah, I pulled it way back. But no, you haven't, not by a guy's standard. So anyway, moving on. Okay. The next reason why a guy may stop calling, ladies, is man, this may seem a little weird to you, but yeah, impatient. It's because he got too close and it made him feel way too vulnerable. Okay. Let that sink
That is
in.
hard to believe for most women. It's like, but if he's a man, what do you mean he got too close? That should be, come on with it.
but here's what you got to understand. Okay, say you meet a guy, all right, and he's not necessarily looking to get married. Okay, you're just kind of dating, filling each other out. I hate that point the most. That's what Tanya said. Oh, okay, you can talk on Periscope, but you can't join us on the thing. Okay, I get it. All right, just because you can't, you got the flu. Yeah, whatever. All right, so his thing is this. He wants to regain that feeling of control, ladies. Okay. And what do you mean by the feeling of control? This means that, with all this closeness and, you've started to infect his emotions. Okay. His oxytocin levels have gone up and his testosterone levels have come down. Okay. And he is starting to feel less like a manly man, right? And it's scared the daylights out of it. Okay. And he instinctively pulls back. Okay. Why does he pull back? Now, this doesn't technically. Yeah, deep the love bug. Exactly. This doesn't technically have anything to do with the fact that you did something wrong. It just means that he wants to start feeling like himself again. He wants to start feeling in control. Okay. So now you've kind of presented him with a problem, and you know what men do when they have a problem. They go into that man cave. And the problem is, okay, he's losing himself. All right. So he may fall off the map. Ladies, you might not hear from him. Okay. And for you, obviously, it seems very rude. It seems very inconsiderate. All right. Now, some people teach that it's okay when the guy pulls back for you to call him and say, not interrogating, ladies, because you know what? You can do that. You can interrogate a guy sometimes, and that definitely is it. But some people teach you can call him and just say, hey, what's going on? Didn't want anything, was just, just touching base with you and
but
whatever.
That's after how long? Like, that's not a week or 2 days, maybe. Well, maybe it's a week, but not 2 days.
Well, notice that I prefaced it by saying some people. I don't teach that. Right. Yeah, I don't. Chris, you said just give them space. Yeah, I don't teach that. That ain't my thing. Because even if you call them and just say, hey, just checking in, didn't really want anything, to me, it's got, hey, I look a little thirsty, because for guys, okay, and you may hear guys say different things on this, but for me, guys don't typically go by what a woman says, right? They go by action. And your action is you're pursuing me. Okay. You're taking the initiative. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable. I'm doing me. And then I get the call from you. Okay. Yeah. Hey, what's up? You know what I mean? He's in a very controlled, position. And I just don't think that it puts the woman in the best light. So my thing is this: make him pursue you. All right. How do you do that? First of all, don't call. If you did your job on the front end, you infected him emotionally, you got into the guy, then come on. All right. He is going to come back around. Now, the part that may get your goat is just that you can't control the timing of that. And when you try to call, you want to move this thing along, my CEO sisters. Okay. You know what I mean? So I get that, it's all love here, but I'm just saying, back up, go do something else. Hey, you can exactly timing, right? And the positioning is.
Go ahead. Kind of getting at, how some women say, well, he stopped calling and it's only been 2 days, or it's only been, a couple of days. He may be busy. So that's not like he just pulled away and I'm anxious. That may be I guess a different issue. But I know you teach don't call, even if it's weeks, right? Don't call.
Are you saying right like you're just double checking?
No, I know what you teach.
I don't believe it. See, listen, y'all, Shawanda will lie. And I can't get no help out here. Yeah, you know, you bless your heart though, Reverend. Nah, don't give me the
No. Okay, let me say it with conviction, like you said.
no, y'all got to watch Wanda. I'm trying to tell y'all, she a hustler. She's a manipulative controller out here in these streets.
I
So
was
anyway,
that. I'm healed and delivered now. I'm set free. Let me walk in my freedom. I know.
okay.
Don't call.
Yeah, Tanya, if you're hearing this, type something. You know what I mean? Type something. You know, tell the truth, tell the truth, shame the devil. Okay.
I'm trying to help the sisters who may have felt that way.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get the logic. I get the logic. You're asking the questions that they would ask. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, I'm with you. All right. So, ladies, you got that. Okay. It shocked the system. It was too much. All right. Because I'm not gonna be before you long because we almost through this thing, and then we can get some questions. Somebody said on Blab, a man told me that before. You probably put that out there like forever ago, and I'm just now seeing it. I'm sorry, I can't multitask. It's just really impossible. Okay, the third one, ladies. Okay, the guy asked himself, "Am I ready to die and lay down my life?" That may sound like very harsh language, like die, like serious. I mean, for us to get closer, you got to die. But a guy sees it as the end of one thing. Okay. Seriously, Tanya? Right. Well, come on then. Okay. Ain't nobody stopping you. Yeah, Tanya's out there talking trash. Okay. Really serious to a man. Yeah, because guy has to make a decision. If you've done your job, ladies, if you've infected this guy emotionally and affected him, okay, now he has some decisions to make. Okay. He has to ask himself, oh my God, she might be the one. And that is going to really kind of scare the daylight out of him. I mean, because that's like everything comes to a halt. All right. And he has to answer this one question. Can I live without her? Because if the answer is yes, if I can live without her, okay, cool. Whew. But if the answer is no, if I cannot live without her, then that means that I have to do whatever it takes to keep her in my life. And that's a game changer to a guy. Okay. Because now you're acknowledging I'm giving up freedom. I'm retiring jerseys. I'm burning little black books. I'm letting everybody, hey, I'm good. I'm not even on that no more. I gotta let the fellas know, the homies know, hey man, I think she might be the one. What? Y'all hear this guy, man? You got to be able to go through all the ridicule. Oh snap! No, all of that. Yeah, man. She. So it's a lot of decisions that go along with that. And that's whenever a guy, remember this, ladies, whenever a guy goes to giving up the player club, exactly. Whenever a guy goes to a deeper level emotionally, it always is scary because it's a whole nother level of commitment. And that's where that whole cold feet thing comes from. Before we get married, it's like, oh, he had cold feet and, he gets nervous because the idea of going deeper, it shocks our system. That level of intimacy and closeness is not where we necessarily live and dwell. In terms of feeling comfortable. Women by nature, you are very relational. You're very, communicative. That's a word. You communicate a lot. All right. That's not our deal. We grunt and we play sports and men do not have a sense of reason, nor is it science. He is just not into you. So fading begins. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't read all that. I was just, but write that again because hold on, Reverend, because we're about to get into some questions. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up and put a pin in it, and then wherever it goes after that, that's cool. So keep in mind, ladies, if he pulls back because he's really into you, hold on, to keep that up because I can't read and do 8 things at once. But if he's really into it and he pulls back, and then say if you go in hard on him, I can't believe you, and you had me out here thinking, and I didn't told my mama, and I didn't told all my friends, and you got me making me look like a fool. And God, you know, and he really may be thinking, do I really want to commit my life to her? Do I really want to? And then you didn't went in on the guy. Okay, so if you listen to what I told you in the beginning, don't pursue, don't chase, get a hobby. I ain't saying it's easy. I ain't even trying to sell that to you. But what I am telling you is get you your support system in place. And I understand it's not easy for you as women because you're very like I said, relational. And it's just this does not compute this pulling away thing. But just understand, just because a guy is pulling away doesn't mean that always it's him rejecting you. Okay, even though it feels like a real good fat dose of rejection. All right, so let's go back over this. All right, a guy may stop calling, one, because he's just flat out not interested. You've turned him off. Okay, and we've gone over that, you know, doormat CEO and the guarded woman. All right, secondly, he got too close, too vulnerable, scared him, shocked him. I can't do it. It's just too much. It's And lastly, he has to ask himself, if she's the one, am I willing to ready to give up everything, all of my freedom, everything that I've held near and dear? Somebody said go to school, you know, that's a hobby, near and dear to my heart for her. And if you've done your job, ladies, if you've been that amazing woman that I know that you can be, I don't know if you were, but I know it's in you to be, okay, then you've given him something really hard to think about. And it may seem like for you, because it could take a couple of months. And I know that sounds horrible, harsh. Nobody wants to hear that. It could take 2-3 months for a guy really to make that decision, because ladies will say a lot of times it shouldn't take that long. It don't take that long. Now, my thing is this: what are you basing that on? Is there like a book out there somewhere that all women possess that says, okay, when did y'all start dating? In March? Okay. According to the guide, it says he should be back. Or no, that book don't exist. That's your book. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to put everything in this little cookie cutter box. How long should it take? Is there a range? No, it ain't. It ain't no range. Now, here's the deal. But here's what I'm not telling you, ladies, just sit around and wait on a guy. Don't confuse what I'm saying, because you don't know why. You don't know what he's doing. Out of all the reasons that I've just given, you don't know which one applies to him. So you do you. Okay, because even if you're still, you know, dating, because my thing is, if he's faded to black, you're not in a committed relationship. You can still date, still see other people, because trust and believe, if a guy really wants you, he don't care nothing about who you dating. Yeah, you can have friends while you dating. Man, listen, you cut off everybody if you want to. You be sitting at home alone, heartbroken and lonely. No, Lord, you better be distracted. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Now, what you do while you out here dating, I'm not telling you to get into a whole lot of foolishness. What I'm saying is, it's all right for you to go out, you know, go out on a few dinners. And I love women to be able to experience being treated like women. That's always good for you. That makes you feel special. Have a guy take you out, pay for the meal, pull out your chair, open them doors. That's good. That's good practice. No touchy. Yeah, because that can get you in some serious sitting in a heartbreak hotel all alone, right? Yeah, that touchy it can get sticky. Mm-hmm. Because you end up in a situation, and everybody's level of touchy is different. What one person can tolerate, some people can't. But you got to be careful, because they catch you on a bad day. And
who said no cookies?
Yeah, but you know, come on, y'all. Let's keep it 100. There's a lot of cookies being given up out in these streets, in the body, in particular. Mm-hmm.
one of the questions, are you ready for questions?
I'm ready. Hey, listen, I'm done. That's my thing. You know, that was one of the segments from Why He Married Her Instead of You. If you like that, if you think it's informative, go check out the video. It's on my website, ChristopherReid.org. 7 guys answering that question in more detail than I gave, and several more questions. And we might just, hit them from week to week. But go ahead, Shawanda.
Right. So I was going to say, for the people who haven't seen your Why He Married Her and Not You, there is a segment where you ask the guys about calling. But I know, like for me, I would have thought, well, certain guys, it's hard to believe, like Tanya said, that number 2 one, that they really are into you and they just wanted to pull back. Most of the time we assume, oh no, they just not into me. And so you get angry and then you fire off a text message, why are you ignoring me? Or you try to call 5 times, 10 times, whatever. So now realizing that is the wrong thing to do. But speak to the women who would say, but my guy is too much of a tough guy or a rough guy to be into his feelings and fall back and not call me. Do you think this happens to all guys or most guys might experience something like that?
In terms of, you saying that?
In terms of feeling like emotional. Like women sometimes don't think that men feel that emotional, especially if they're the type of guy that pursue hard. Then it's hard for them to believe that he stopped calling because now he's into his feelings.
Yeah, it's some good questions out there. And I'm going to come to it because somebody asked about coming back from the cookie, and somebody asked, am I answering from a Christian perspective? I'm a Christian. Is it a Christian perspective? Yeah. But it's a very practical Christian perspective. So yeah. Yeah, well, here's the thing. That's a common question, Shawanda, about my dude is too hard. He ain't all touchy-feely and mushy like that. He ain't gonna be off in his feelings. That's a lie. Okay. I don't care how hard he is. Okay. I have seen the roughest, toughest dudes get into their version of being sentimental. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing that will make a guy soft is a woman that he really cares for. Now, here's the thing, though. Are you the woman that he says to himself, can I live without her? And if that question is no, I cannot, then I have to do whatever I have to do, okay, to get her in my life. But I've heard that so many times. You understand, my guy's not going to do that. My guy's not going to do this. My guy's, yes, he will. But are you that woman, though? Ooh, nerve time. Nerve. I've seen them cry. I've seen them sit there and on their guy's shoulder like, man, I done messed up this time. Jesus. So anyway, one of the young ladies said, okay, I've given up the cookie, Reverend. I've given it up and it's been eaten several times. And I'm sorry. Maybe that's not a good analogy, but you know what I'm going with it.
Oh, no.
But we said cookie, so yeah. So anyway, I've given up the cookie several times. And can you come back from that? Yes, you can. You can come back from that with that individual, or you can come back from it just as a person. Okay. Now, coming back from it, you really have got to set up some serious boundaries. Okay. You might need to work with somebody, i.e. a coach, or you may need to have, I see you laughing, Tanya, because that was a Christopherism, right? But you may have to get somebody that is going to hold you accountable, because you are like a crackhead. I love the crackhead analogy. I don't mean to offend anybody, but it just works for me.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You got the I gotta habits, and you jonesing. Okay, there's some things in your body that's calling out and screaming out. All right, and you need a 12-step detox program. All right, and unfortunately, you might not be strong enough to hold yourself accountable. All right, so whatever you need to do, all right, to make it happen, yes, pray, ask God, believe, have faith. but God has given us the body. He's given members in the body for us to help each other. Okay. Strengthen your brother. All right. So you're not in this alone, or your sister, whatever the case may be. So get whatever help you need and be honest with yourself. Be real. Don't tell yourself what you want to hear. Tell yourself what it is. Like, Reverend, I am jacked up. I ain't gonna even front. Yeah, yeah. I had somebody tell me, had a young lady tell me, so wait a minute, you telling me to like just stop having sex? Like, just stop. Reverend, I can't do that. I don't know. What other kind of plans you got? Is there something in there for that includes? No, I don't have no other plans. If you want to do something.
So can you come back from? You can come back from giving up the cookies. Obviously, what happens if you called and said something?
It's good, Reverend.
You know, got into your emotions. Can you come back from that?
Well, yes. The answer is you can come back from it. But here's the thing: if you have gotten into a situation where you've gone off, you've told him off, I can't believe this, and you might push him away, or he may be like, you know what, man, whatever, I'm done. You know what, I don't need this. And he may fall back from that. Well, you don't want to pursue him. You don't want to chase him. You may have to just give him time. And the best thing you can do in that instance is leave him alone. Or you could, now, if you know you was down, I went off, listen, hey, you can call and say, hey, listen, I'm just saying that I was overreacted, went a little off the deep end. You listen, you don't have to respond, but I just want to let you know that, you know, that's not how I wanted to communicate that. That's perfectly okay to say that. And I think a guy would respect that a great deal, because it's like, especially if you ain't never said it before, he'd be like, okay, this is different. Is she trying to set me up? You know, but that's attractive. It's very attractive. Relationships are really not that hard. You know, the biggest problem is people don't know what to look for, and people are not whole, and people are not healed from their stuff, you know, and they haven't done the work. Okay. Are there any more questions? Because it is not my intentions to hold y'all all night long.
How would they know which one it is? Whether he is just not that into you. Obviously, he won't call you again, or he probably will a couple of months later just to check in, because men do that. If he is into his feelings, when he comes back, what does that look like?
Well, keep him. He'll start to say things that will be along the lines of talking about moving the relationship forward, meaning in a deeper level of commitment. You know, it could be proposing, you know, because this is my thing too. This whole thing about we're in a committed relationship, I think. What do you think? You know what I mean? Well, I know I'm not dating anybody else. I don't think he is. Okay, so there's been no discussion about if you really are? You just assume? Well, you know, because he don't really like labels, you know what I mean? So you don't know what you are to each other, you know? So my thing is, a guy, if he is going to take it to the next level and he wants you, she's mine. I'm claiming her, you know what I mean? So whatever you want to do with everybody else, but not on this one. He's going to let you know straight up. I'm missing some good ones. Should a woman always be available for the phone call, especially when you... No, you should not always be available for the... should you always be available for a phone call when you give him space? Not always. No. I mean, I don't want you jumping. I mean, you can answer the call, but I mean, you can let him go to voicemail and call him back. Sometimes it's healthy for us. You know, the thing is, if he's chasing, he wants just to know that you're catchable. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the fact that, you know, he calls and you see the number, you're like, hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I was just sitting here doing absolutely nothing but waiting on you to call. What you doing? You know, no, you don't want to send that message. Of course, you know, I'm just funning with you, right? But yeah, no. I mean, you want to, come on now, you want to have a little swagger to what you do, you know? Guys do, have fun with it. Know who you are out here in these streets. You the diamond, But I will say this: if you are a doormat and you you're so used to just being accommodating and being available, it's gonna be a little. It's gonna feel funny to you at first. It is. It's gonna feel flat out wrong. It's you're gonna feel like, because the biggest thing is with women, with guys, they feel like, especially if guy calls you or something like that and you don't answer right away, you just feel like you're being mean. You feel like, I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me, so it just seems like it's mean. And you're thinking like a woman, obviously, because it's not mean. It's, you can be busy, so yeah. But I don't want to keep y'all all night long. But I do want to say, listen, if you ain't got that womp womp in your life, you better get the forbidden secrets of the goodie box. What your father didn't tell you, your mother didn't know. Act like I'm selling chicken and barbecue sauce. Yeah.
You got to dance. That womp womp.
Oh, womp womp. Yeah, there we go. The womp womp. I used to dance in the previous life, when I was much younger. Okay, there's the website, Christopher Reid. I think you can see that correctly on, is it Periscope? Yeah, but on Blab, I would have to put it like that for you to see it. And it still may not all be in there because I'm zoomed in too much. But yeah, ChristopherReid.org. Yeah, I try to be silly. I try to keep it upbeat and fun. But a lot of you have been getting whipped since I've been doing videos. A lot of call for the free consultations, signing up for coaching, the whole 9 yards. So it's been a good situation. I'm all about helping people, even if it's giving away the book or whatever. So like I said, check out the Why He Married Her Instead of You DVD if you want to hear more about these topics. Like I said, I think I maybe dressing maybe one a week or something like that. I don't know. If you find them interesting, if not, then we'll find something else. So
what about the cruise? Are you still giving information about
that? Yeah, the cruise, we are still doing the cruise, but we're trying to do something. See, I don't want to let the secret out of the bag, because we're trying to get somebody on this thing that's really going to take it to the next level. And it'll be a guarantee, but we haven't got them to fully commit yet. So once we lock that in, then yeah, we gonna go hog wild on the promoting that again and everything and talking about it. But I think people will really be excited to spend time and hang out with this individual, because everybody loves them. So yeah, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet on that one. So yeah. Okay, so I see my numbers dwindling. People are dropping off because it's late, and I get it. So I'm going to say night, Tanya. If you're still out there, I hope you're feeling well. Wow, I know you're hanging out at a concert somewhere, claiming that you're sick. I get it. It's that call in. That call in cough when they say, "Hey, shh, yeah." I ain't gonna be able to make it in today. Yeah, it's bad, So I get it.
Periscope, not
Scandal. Time for scandal. Oh, is it scandal tonight, man? It's the same old story. She's either with the president, she's either with the one guy. It just keeps going. That's why I had to stop watching Scandal. It was just, yeah. But anyway, I get it. Great writing. Maybe I'm being a hater. I get it. Okay. All right. So until next week. I get at y'all. All right. Peace. Good night. Peace. Good night.